Yes, top of the evening. You know the vibes. You rocking out with yours truly, Showtime Sizzle. I am the source. Hopefully, y'all are hearing me good. You know, we're gonna give you a little sauce. Evening. How are y'all doing? This is the Source Experience live from the study session. But I said, yo, I had to jump on and kill two birds with one stone since no, you good. You can speak loud and clear. Come over here, let the people see you. Let the people see you, Coach Rain on deck. So you hear my kids, that's why I said this is the study session, but I wanted to get on here. Shout out to Quinn Randall too, man. My guy Quick Draw with the repost and all that. Man, yo, you stole the presser. I'm going to get to that. I am going to get to that. Definitely. I love the comment, the back and forth, but I know 25 wins of pad work. Oh, that's a new one. Yo, that is a new one. That is a new one. Um, but I want to say this. You and Brian Norman Jr. might just be the fight of the night. You guys have potential to actually steal the night, man. Because to be honest, Shakur and Edward De Los Santos, their back and forth was cool, right? But in all actuality, if you don't know how to speak Spanish, it was like, what is he saying? But at least with Norman Jr. and Quick Draw Quentin Randall, it was obvious. It was like, I knew. Listen, we were supposed to be on this call. We were supposed to be on this call, right? Shout out to Jihad. Jihad is fighting next month, December 9th. But we were slated to be on this card. The opponent, the big guy, middleweight, probably couldn't make the weight, because he got to get the 154. But man, I would have loved to have been in Vegas, but it is what it is. We still count our blessings, right? Let me get to some of my comments. Damn, comments is like through the roof right now. What is going on? Shout out to Blunts and Carlos, Coach Rain on the scene. They shouted you out, Coach Rain. Let's go. It's the coaches. That's right, the coaches. But I want to say this, right? My guy, Quick Draw, man. That is going to be the fight of the night. Cause it's some stuff that I want to say right now, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna spill the beans yet. But I know about some things that's going on behind the scenes, right? And watching the presser, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to, I was informed about some things that says horse, your plan horse, your plan needs a plan. Horse, the horse right there. So we do everything down here. My but the funny thing, right, was what I was told. I witnessed it play out. I witnessed it play out. And shout out if you watch the presser, right? I want to say this. Shout out to Quentin Randall, right? Quentin Randall was honest when he said that he was hitting up Brad Goodman, who's the matchmaker, or one of the matchmakers at Top Rank, and he was like, "Yo, can I get this guy?" When he was 8-0, can I get this guy? Can I get this guy? But I can't wait to talk to Quentin again. I interviewed him, but I can't wait to speak to him again. To pull that comment, the 25, man. See, a lot of you guys don't. You guys are big on Brian Norman Jr., right? But what Quentin Randall says, a lot of guys, and I was just surprised that Quentin Randall just ran with it at the press conference. See, a lot of guys know, right? What Quentin Randall was saying, like, he was like, dudes know what it is with me. They know, right? When he said that about Brian Norman's record. And if you look at Brian Norman's record, yeah, he's a 20 plus win fighter. But when you really break down Brian Norman Jr., right, what truly is his claim to fame? And I'm going to tell you this: Tank Davis sparring and Terrence Crawford sparring. His claim to fame is not none of his victories that he has had thus far as a professional. His claim to fame is the stories of the sparring with Tank, the two sessions, one when he was 16, and the other when he was 20 something, and Terrence Crawford. So when I hear um Quentin Randall say, "Yeah, you fought 25." He's what? How do he say it? You got 25 pad work wins. I was like, "Yo, that shit is crazy." That shit, yeah, that was a good one, man. Shout out to him though. And I like this, so I want to highlight this what Toprank did. They allowed Norman Jr. and Quentin Randall to have their moment. If you paid attention, see, let me now. I'm gonna throw. Look, I got the media marketing hat on. School is in session, right? They gave them their moment, right? Because if you watch how Top Rank set up this presser for the undercard guys, right? They had all of their guys: Cashflow Diaz, Troy Isley, um, Abdullah Mason, Vargas. You know, they had, and I can't think of the other kid's name, the new one that they got fighting over there. But they had all of them in the presser, right? None of their opponents, because neither one of all those guys that I just named, their opponents aren't top ranked guys. The opponents. So they didn't have them on. But Norman Jr. and Quentin Randall were the only two that were opponents was there. So they gave them their moment. And I think I want to shout out myself. I want to shout out WCS. I want to give Mark Nash a shout out because I did see him do some work also into helping to build up this fight. And I'm only speaking on that because, a lot of times, the YouTube community, they always want to act like I don't do nothing or I'm nobody in the game of boxing. Well, I build up fights. I do. I've been doing that for years on years. I used to do that for Earl Spence Jr. But Earl Spence, it is what it is. He's over there with the scumbags. And they tried to kill the name. But look, you see how we over here listen, the name is the name, right? When I was Jackal Fitness, they tried to slander my name, assassinate my name and all that. But look, it's the sauce, man. It's the sauce, look. It's the sauce, look. Labeled out, it's the sauce, man. But sauce carved. That's right, the sauce carved. That's correct. But shout out to Top Rank for giving Quentin Randall and Brian Norman Jr. their moment. Tomorrow is the weigh-in. It's Tuesday, but don't we have like a Thursday feel? Because normally this is Thursday, and then Friday is the weigh-in, but tomorrow's the weigh-in. So look, the excitement is there for real boxing fans. Later for you internet weirdos, right? You internet weirdos is on here talking about shit that's not even happening. Thursday is a lot of fights happening, right? If you're a real boxing fan, be happy for Thursday. And then after Thursday is over, concentrate on next Saturday, right? Because that is David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade, if I'm not mistaken. Right? For boxing fans, man. For the fans, man. Yo, Blunt, did you got that? Didn't he say that? He said he had 25 pad work. I threw the video. Yo, listen, man. Top Rank be stealing, but it is what it is. Shout out to Top Rank, man. They knew I was gonna run with that. They immediately, but me, I know the game now. I got my videos out there, but they immediately I should have never commented. See, I commented. I tipped him off. I tipped him when I commented, but I couldn't help myself. I could not help myself when I caught that like this. When he said that, I was like, yo, if I was at the presser working it, my photography game was just, in the mix of Jahad was fighting on car. Yo, I would have screamed. Y'all would have heard me scream. I would have screamed because I instantly caught that. He said 25 pad work wins. I was like, yo, that is brilliant. And shout out to Quinn Randall, man. You got that, bro. Yeah, you got that. Yo, listen, anytime I use that, I'm going to use that from now on, bro. But I'm going to, that's yours. I'm giving that to you. When I talk about fighters that I know aren't the goods and they got fluff, I'm using that. I'm not saying Brian Norman is fluff or nothing, but I like that. Instead of calling guys cab drivers and dishwashers, that's the new one. And shout out to you, Quinn Randall. I'm gonna say, yeah, this dude is beating pad work wins. Yeah, he got pad work. It is what it is, right? Um, but yeah, man. Shout out to D Young, the Q's in the building. Let me get to the chat, man. Ass whooping on the night, man. Yo, Shakur's gonna beat the shit out of what's he's gonna send him right back over to the PBC, man. I'm gonna tell you something about the PBC, right? Their fighters to me are, they are who they are, right? But El De Los Santos is selling the fight. Go check out the books after I'm done. Okay, yeah, you can do that. El De Los Santos to me, good guy. Caleb Gay, he's selling the fight, man. He knows Shakur's gonna break him up, man. Watch how Shakur transforms, right? He's like, I think Shakur and Bud. Now I'm speaking from a reporter standpoint, right? From covering these guys, right? Being on deck, right? I seen it today in Shakur, right? Bud Crawford, same thing. The closer it gets to touching the scales, right? These guys have a switch. I call it the gargoyle gremlin. It's a demon. You start seeing their demon, That's what we call it, us, Team Tucker. It's like, yo, bring your demon out, right? Bring the demon out, right? Shakur's demon is coming out. Um, he's a kid from Newark, Chip, Gap Tooth, and all that smiling, but his demon is coming out. Remember Bud Crawford? I got a little bit of hair, but I don't got my afro. If I had my afro, I would take the hat off and show you. But you remember when Bud and EJ Depressor and you know, yo, EJ's cousin TJ, that was TJ. See, I can throw out names because I know them, but I don't know them, right? When TJ was talking shit to him in the front row, and Bud Crawford's demon started coming out of him. You seen how he was looking, and he hit the table like this and said, "Get active." His demon, right? See, I know that Bud. Right? You say, no, you don't know that Bud. I know that. I've been around that Bud. I covered Bud many of fights. Amir Khan. What's the other dude? The one they said dropped him, Kizlakis. I'm not good with the name, so forgive me if I said his name wrong. But I've been around him. Hank Lundy. I seen Bud's demons come out. His transformation, right? Shakur's demon is coming out. I seen it when they did these are mine. When they did the face off. And Edwin was playing. Man, he's playing, man. You know what it is? Shout out to Eddie, man. I'm calling him Eddie, man, because he's Eddie right now. Eddie got the bag that Frank should have got, but Eddie got it. Eddie's happy right now, man. Eddie was campaigning for this fight. Remember, Eddie was saying Shakur was running from him. You got the fight now, Eddie. Shakur's not playing with you. What do you say? De Los Santos is going to be the example. So, yo, you heard what he told them, right? Great. I'm gonna post that up. Pull that up. You know what he told them, right, D? You heard what he said, right? He's disrespecting the man, calling him out of his name, right? You seen what he said? He said, Yeah, what's my name? You're gonna be able to say my name Thursday. Again, he's on his Ali. You're gonna be able to say my name Thursday. His demon's coming out, man. Yo, tomorrow though, watch tomorrow. Watch his tone tomorrow. Shakur's gonna be he's gonna be a gargoyle demon. He's gonna be a demon, man. And then Thursday, yo, I'm amped already, man. I'm amped, man. It's Tuesday. You know, we got the wins tomorrow. But yeah, they surprised me with this presser. And like I said, shout out to Norman Jr. and Quentin Randall. Um, After the results of that fight, I got some sauce that I want to spill, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait. Inquiring minds want to know. I was gonna leak this out. I'm not doing no shit like that no more. You know what? I'm active on Twitter now and shit. I might just throw a tweet out there now. You see, I use this thumbnail, right? Let me pull this thumbnail up real quick. I want y'all to see this. Because I wanna address this. Like, I'm on Twitter right now. Somebody tried to disrespect me on Twitter, right? And now they trying to play victim, right? But I'm like, listen, I don't know how you talk to men where you're from, but where I'm from, certain stuff that you say to a man, a real man, is off limits, right? And I wanna put this up real quick. Um, 'Cause now you can't. It's no victims. Like, I want to address this. Is this it right here? I think this is it. I think this is it right here. I want to address this, right? Because you can't tell me how to carry. You see this? There it is. That's it right there. All right. Now, this is what a female said to me in a tweet, right? You see what it says? Some Rick lied and niggas like you, um, such and such, such and such. But look at the end. You see what she said to me at the end? I'm done answering, so you can dick suck Rick, right? Now, I don't know where you're from, right? I don't know where you're from, right? Females don't I guess the type of female she is, she's used to dealing with, those type of dudes, right? But one thing about me, you see my daughters, they'd never talk to a man like that. For real. They would never disrespect a man like that, right? But for her to address me in a manner like that pertains to boxing, it just shows the type of female she is, number one. So, the Caribbean side came out of me, and I, told her, if you see the video I put up, to suck your mother and tell your brother, your father, your uncles, your cousins. If you have a son, tell your son that. For real. Tell all the males in your family that. And if they stand next to you and, acknowledge you, maybe that's what they're about. But real men, you don't play those games. You don't. That's no, you don't do that. So now you got people trying to come like you're the victim. No, we don't do that. You do your thing, I do my thing. We don't do that. But yeah, I just wanted to address that, because like I said, I'm on Twitter now. I'm out there. I'm on Twitter. Facts, WCS, the victim. You see what I had to tell a brother. The dude tried to come in my thing like, oh, you guys do the same thing. Negative. No, we don't. No, 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 we don't. It's levels to this, respectfully. See, that's why a lot of people on this YouTube be thinking they do what I do, because they be like, they judge me off of my views. Actually, I'm in the process. In a second, you're gonna see. I'm getting something written up now. because that's how I need to do it. I need to be all the way official, and start presenting other sides of the source. I'm not even going to speak on it no more, but don't just think because you see me doing interviews on YouTube and you fake YouTube boxing fans don't support real boxing business that it makes me less of what I do and who I am in real life. Like, did you see yesterday? And I want to stay on topic, right? But did you see yesterday when the so-called professional um, boxing media executive guy? I had an interview lined up with two professionals. Shout out to John Tank Sherman and Evans Tobler, right? My guy Fitness, and another popular YouTuber, right? Crash dummied out, was sending people over to comment, pull up to his live to get cooked. First off, how are you gonna cook a two-time world champion strength and conditioning coach? You're gonna cook somebody as a, but it is what it is. This is YouTube, right? But then you're gonna cook. Yeah, I think, dude, you might have been an athlete too or something, right? But was you an athlete that competed against guys like Carl Lewis and you know um compete at the highest level of track or field? I don't think so. You're gonna cook this guy. But just about how you went about, doing that, sending crash dummies to his Instagram, talking about pull up, click the link, click the link. That's you, you guys are weirdos. And then you don't understand why I'm not accepted over here because I call that shit out. The only reason I call that shit out because I'm a professional at the end of the day. You guys might not want to acknowledge it or give it up, but I'm a professional. I get paid for a lot of things that I do. I don't need to get paid from YouTube views. That's why you don't hear me on here saying click the link, donate to the super chat. No, I don't. I could care less. It's not enough super chat money unless I'm getting the Jake Paul deal or KSI or one of those type of guy deals where that shit's gonna eventually turn into a promotional company. KSI's cool. Did y'all catch that sauce? Did y'all catch that sauce? Hopefully y'all didn't. Y'all smash my like button. He said, "Nah, yeah, facts. WCS, facts." And then gonna have, yeah, listen, do that shot at me, then block me, then block me. But that's what cowards do, man. That's what cowards do. You know what I'm saying? Because she couldn't handle the heat. Like I was hitting them with real facts, and then I was really gonna break it down to like, you are a super fan of Frank Martin. Y'all little interview went viral, and what happened after that? Nothing, right? But you was your interview to me respectfully is trash because you let Frank Martin tell finesse or whatever, chew on his ice, and you should have been like, me personally, I would have been like, heard his story out and all that. But then, the business side, something that you probably don't know about, where they kicked him like, so you mean to tell me that Tom Brown, because that's who's at the table, right? Tom Brown, on behalf of Al Heyman and Man Down Promotions, because that's who you fight under as well, agreed to terms to a fight that was for this amount of money, but yet they told you it was for another amount. Like that doesn't. Come on, man. Listen, I'm not at the table like that, but I wouldn't let my client get flammed out like that. And we're talking about guys that have been doing this for years on years. They let you go out like that? That's the type of question I would have asked them. But no, y'all just, oh yeah, Frank, yeah, Frank. Get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. And then y'all get mad at guys like Rick, myself, and others that be like, yo, nah, that don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. What sounds right is Frank had to pay probably 3 to 4 different people, you know. And 1 second. My bad. I had to respond to that text immediately. I had to respond to that. But yeah, I would have been like, yo, bro, that don't even you so you mean to tell me Tom Brown? Well, shout out to Tom Brown, TGB Promotions, been doing this thing for years. Been behind some big deals. He allowed you to accept an offer for a fight that you didn't know the actual fight worth. But they just let that just that was the narrative. That's why, and like I said this, right? If that really was the case, and all due respect to y'all, keep continue to do your thing. If that really was the case, why didn't he get on Brian Custer with that? Why didn't he go on a big platform with that? If that's how they really did him, you know why they did? Because they didn't do him like that. They didn't do him like that. Let that soak in. If they did him like that, if Tom Brown and whoever else went to the table for him, negotiate a fight for him, and they didn't tell him the exact worth of the fight, and he agreed to it. Don't you think bigger platforms would have wanted to get that out? Who y'all talking to right now? What y'all talk about? Y'all bum buckle talk about? What y'all talk about? So you mean to tell me they did Frank like that, and he's with Man Down Promotions, and EJ couldn't get him on $1 million worth of game to tell that, or Brian Custer's Last Stand to tell that? Come on, come on. If that makes any sense, does that make any sense to y'all, man? I'm sorry I took it somewhere else, but Frank is kind of tied into this too, because we did want to see Frank fight. You know, power to the people. But shout out to Edward De La Santa for getting the bag. I would have rather seen the brothers get the bag to eat together, man. But hey, what do I know, right? Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. That is fine. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoying this sauce tonight, man. Like I said, I ain't gonna stay on too long. I just wanted to get on and just, I had to get the depressor out my system, man. I was like, yo, 25 pad, man. 20, but I'm gonna tell you this too. I want to say this, right? Whenever a boxing event is going on, and this is no knock to no other YouTubers, right? Me personally, I don't. I might play back other YouTubers, right? But when I'm like the press conference started at 4 o'clock, I was glued on it. I was glued on it, just because that's a boxing event. Whether it would have been PBC match, that's what I'm into, right? And I only say that to say this, right? I want y'all to catch this sauce. February 17th, they let Mike Cobbinger drop that the fight is official. I was talking with Earl Spencer's uncle about this on Sunday, and we was discussing this like about what Mike Cobbinger does, right? And I said to him, I said, "You see how fucked up the game is?" And I was like, "I really realize this now, being on the other side of the fence." I was like, when it comes to information and leaking of information, I was like, we never look out for one another. I was like, that's why it's so much confusion and competition. Because, and I'm gonna use this for a prime example, right? Yo, Deontay Wilder, they say he's going to fight, right? Deontay Wilder's supposed to fight not April, December 23rd. Joseph Parker. Deontay Wilder was on Blue Bloods. He did an interview with him. Don't you think he knew that? Why did he put it out on Blues channel when he was over there? What did he put out on Blues channel? He wanted to meet up with Anthony Joshua, but you're gonna fight Joseph Parker, right? Is this is what they're rumoring about? December 23rd. Why wouldn't you put that out on Blues channel, or let Blue put that out, or let Tay Jones, or any other 7-8 Sports, any of the LDBC guys? Didn't know. Damn. So I did my video today saying, damn, they February 17th, undisputed, Usyk and Tyson Fury. When is Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford's rematch? They're fighting February 17th. We don't know nothing. You guys are saying February what? All of you. You know, I called the names out in the video today, the short that I did. February 17th for Usyk Fury. What's up with Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford? Does anybody know anything? And this is no shot at nobody, but mainly to you pro Earl Spence guys. Do you have a clue on anything? I did my video earlier with Derek James. Derek didn't know nothing. Look, he told at the fight, I don't know nothing. Huh? You know, the comment, nothing. When are they fighting? What is going on? They stripped Terrence already, right? So if they stripped Terrence, that means something got to be, what is going on? But see, once again, you two, quote unquote, the insiders, the connections, guys know nothing. You guys know nothing. You guys know nothing. And then you get mad when somebody like me calls the shit out. Calls the shit out. Bozo boxing. Weirdo internet boxing. You guys is on here talking about this. He's on drugs, this, that, and the third. When are they fighting? When are they fighting? Why can't none of you guys get a leak? Why can't none of you guys get, a little snippet or something? You can't, but you guys to get on here and speculate and February this and February. Look, Mike Coppinger just dropped with Usyk and Tyson Fury. Why does he always get information? Why is Michael Benson always getting information? You know why? Because see, they look out for one another. Yeah, they look out for one another. What about us? What about you? You too busy. Oh, you don't do no view. You know that. Oh, so it's about the views, right? Last time I checked, some of the biggest insiders, and I work with a lot of them. They not big on YouTube. You know what they are big on? Getting real information. You know what they are real big on too? Getting leads. You know what they are real big on too? Being able to access the truth or be able to access and put a story out. How about you? What do you do in boxing other than, oh, I do more views than you? Don't nobody watch you. No, I do way more views than you. What's the next fight you're working? What's the next fighter you're working with? What's the next company you're contacting to try to get a fighter looked at? What's the next, I don't know, shoe company? I'm only saying shoe because, damn, Shakur, you looking good in all that Reebok, brother. And salute to you and your team for making that happen because now you done open the doors up for others. Lead by example. Salute for that, man. You was Reeboked out. Yeah, yo, did you see when he flexed on Elwood De Los Santos? He even had on Reebok boxes. He was, man, and y'all still hating on Shakur. Shakur ain't selling no tickets. If Shakur wanted to get stupid, I'm like, yo, ain't selling no tickets. Yo, Reebok could probably buy half of the venue. But hey, what do I know, right? What do I know? Right? What do we know? Yeah, what do we know? Yes, what do we know? Yeah. But listen, man, I'm going to wrap this up and get back to my family. We chilling, man. This is what we do. Group study sessions. But I just had to come on and get this in, man. Cause like I said, when I get to the crib, I don't think I'm gonna fuck with y'all tonight, man. I might do the playback game and all that. But as far as coming back on and trying to do another live, nah, man. Nah, not YouTube, man. You listen, I don't do it for the views, man. So I just like to get my diary out, get the shit off my chest. I'm more into this. Look, I'm into this reading. This right here, I'm cracking this one right now.
Dad.
Yes, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. More. Listen, I did the breakdown earlier, and I'm gonna probably do a little bit more reading of this. Listen, the key is more assets, less liabilities. YouTube to me is a liability. It is, man. And I'm gonna tell you why YouTube's a liability. This is a shit that I've been reading and studying, right? When I look at some of the popular YouTubers, right, that quote unquote are successful, it's not an asset, right? It's a liability. And when you say, why is it a liability? Source? Assets and liabilities. If I have to ask, refresh this to refresh that, is that an asset or a liability? An asset, is an asset. You don't have to ask. The money is coming in. A liability is spending. You're axing. He's axing. That's a liability. You have to listen. If you don't put out content, are you going to earn income? Assets versus liability. Hopefully, y'all caught that sauce and y'all enjoyed what I gave to y'all this evening. The news.
Bashar news.
This
is the soft experience. But hey, what do we know?
What?
Gotti, squeal.
Gotti. Shout out to Wise. Shout out to Wise Owl Boxing. Holla. Let's go out with some classic.
Yo, this is Jack Fitness. I'm here with the victorious coach and the new. That's right, man. Yo, just speak on it, man. You always talked about greatness with your son, man. World champion after how many fights?
I told everybody we're gonna get the title with 15 fights. We're
Yes.
gonna Mason Menard.
Yes.
And then we're gonna get Lomachenko with 16 fights.
Ooh. Yeah, he was in the building tonight, man. Yeah, we was in the stands, man. A lot of people said that after what they seen what he did to Comey, that Lomachenko might be a little nervous, man. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I don't care, man. We're gonna catch him,
Yeah.
We're gonna catch him.
Talk on the pops.
He's gonna get popped.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's sweating. Down, Narina. Down, Narina. I'm taking a video. You want to be famous? Run down.
Yo, shout out to the Source Talk Podcast. You already know the vibes. Jack and Fitness. This is Andrew in the Stewart Hotel Boxing Life. Let's go.
Andrew, shout out to Drew. You know the vibes.
That's holla.
Where holla?
Man, the real GOAT, LeBron done of the game, man. Shout out to the Source Talk Podcast. Shout out my man Showtime Shot. If you ain't know, now you know. Everybody.
Screw you. That's right.
Are we the release yet?
I was playing, man. I told you I was coming back to the city of Cowboy. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Seek and destroy. You know the vibe. Yeehaw!